Hello everyone, this is Bigalski.
And this is JTB.
And this is something a little bit different. In the past, we've talked a lot about what happens when the timer reaches 999 seconds, what happens to your score. And the other one is, if you have a time limit in like Descent of the Fiends 5 or Eternal Legend, where timers are counting down to 0, is there like a phantom timer overall? And the answer is yes. So what I decided to do is show 2 examples of how that works. And our intro is a little bit longer, just so we have a little bit more time to talk about it. But basically, if you go above 999 seconds, your score is 0. So that's something you can always watch out for since you see the timer. And then the other one is, even if it shows like an Eternal Legend or Descent of the Fiends 5, you have 120 seconds and it's going down to 0. The actual timer you have to still get UT points is 999 seconds.
Yeah, and that applies to, so I think Descent of the Fiends 5 and Eternal Legend are like the 2 missions where that's going to really kind of factor into. We've mentioned Eternal Legend probably at some point with regards to like the zombie farming. You can farm the zombie for like 47 or 46 like one-hit Lunar UTs. Which is going to be a lot more points than the 10,000 points. You've got Ishtaros, you've got Nikkei. Depends on how crazy you want to get with the farming, really. But there are definitely situations where farming is actually better if you're going for the highest score possible.
Yeah, I have problems with making the time limit on Nikkei, on Ishtaros and Descent of the Fiends 5 and Eternal Legends. So maybe farming her would be better. I mean,
just as a side note, I would kill for the pattern you're getting here on the speedrun.
Oh.
Like, the ninjas just dropping like into your UT. Like,
right. Well, they'd rather die than face me one-on-one. That's what it is.
Oh, man. Yeah, I need that pattern.
But this right here, let me just say, this is just normal. I'm not trying to make any fancy video or something. I'm just showing the example. So here, if you're playing this mission, make sure you pick up the elixir for score. But now what I'm going to do is show what happens when the timer hits 999, what happens to your score. Again, we've talked about it before, but this is something that's going to be definitive and be out there for everybody to see. Also, be careful. That dragon will, when you're charging UTs here, sometimes it will fire its fire breath at you or blow its fire breath at you. So anyway, just a little tip if people are going to play this. So here, just showing I'm still getting UT points, and then we'll just see what happens.
You're going to die. When it gets to 999, Ryu's just going to keel over.
Well, that would be funny, wouldn't it? I wonder, it's too bad it didn't go to like, 999.99 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So this is what happens. You get 0. So you got to be wary of that. Most people on missions like this aren't going to go up to 999. But if you are farming Smoggin, or even this mission up top, or Hydrocubus, getting to 999 is a lot, or goes by pretty fast. So here,
it's funny.
Go ahead, sorry.
It's funny with regards to that time limit when mission mode was kind of, in calm running, mission mode was in its infancy. I remember, that was kind of your benchmark was, you've got ages. Whereas now, even if you look at the farmed missions, you're looking at like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Like people don't, the strategies are where they are now. Where if you get kind of above 600 seconds, like you need to restart if you're going for a top score because you can't waste that amount of time anymore.
Right. So as you can see, I did get some UT points, but now I'm not. So I hit that 999. Now I think it was 130 seconds or 180 seconds, whatever it was at the beginning of the fight to fight Marbus. Even though it says 180 seconds, technically you get 999 seconds. That counter starts to go down. Now here I cut out the Ishtaros fight just because, 1, it was awful, but 2, there's no reason to really show me fighting her. I just wanted to show that I was worried since I got 0 points in the other mission and I went over the 999 seconds for Marvis, would I get 0 points for the whole mission? And the answer is no. So I still got my score for a mission like this. Boy, wouldn't you hate it if you sat there and was farming Descent of the Fiends 5 or Eternal Legend and you went over the 999 and then you do everything else and then it's like score 0.
All I can say is thank God that's not in there.
But a lot of points is from the Marbus fight, so learning how to farm Marbus is a big deal. I mean, what were you saying? 625,000 of your Master Ninja score on Descent of the Fiends 5, Battlefield of the Abyss 3 got you 1 and 2?
Yep. Any mission, pretty much any mission where 50 UTs is, sort of achievable, like that's what you're aiming for. You've got to think of endgame karma, which is 2.5 times the in-game counter. So if you've got 10,000, it's 25, at the end of the mission. So in missions like Eternal Legend, where you can farm the zombie, you can kill that zombie super quick, but even though you'll lose out on the kill bonus and time bonus, because you can get, 235,000 UTs out of him, it's that times 2.5. So that, that blows the time bonus and that out of the water. So it's annoying, but if you want to go for those high scores, like you've really got to make sure you get those UTs in.
And I just think it's plus it's the extra challenge of the game. Farming Marbus for me is not that easy because you got to stay focused basically for almost 17 minutes. Same thing with Smogon, Hydrocubus. When you're fighting these 50 UT missions, you got to stay focused. One of the greatest videos I think I ever saw, even though most people might think it was boring, was in Sigma, and I forget the mission, but it wasn't it Hammerferai, and he was fighting, what was it, Doku, Alma, and Marbus? Wasn't that one of those missions?
Yeah, I think that is Giants of the Underworld 5 in Sigma. I could be wrong about the number, but I'm pretty sure it's in that row.
But he went down to low health with the UF, and then killed Doku and Alma, and then proceeded to farm Marbus with 50 Chuck UTs, and in Sigma you didn't have the tranquility.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just pretty impressive to stay focused like that, because one blocked fireball or one misstep and you're dead. And same thing for me right now, farming Marbus. One bad jump, one misroll. If he doesn't cooperate and just flies back and forth, that countdown is still going. And
yep.
I did it the other day when I'm fighting Descent of the Fiends 5. Yes, I'm still trying to work on that. And I only got like 42 UTs. And I thought, man, I hit my time limit. Maybe my timer's going to be 0. And I quit the mission before I tested out my theories. Once I hit reset, I'm like, damn it, I should have played this out to see what score I would have got.
Yeah, and that's 100,000 points as well down. If you're down 8 UTs, again, that's 40,000 points, but it's not 40,000.
Right.
It's 100 when you factor in the multiplier.
So I know we've talked about this before, and I've said this a few times, but I really want to stress, we wanted to make a video showing the examples of if you go above 999, you get 0 points. Doesn't matter how you're doing. And if you know you're getting close, it's like, man, I've still missed a few UTs. If you just want to get it done and over with, finish out the mission. If not, you're going to have to start all over and focus again for that, 17 minutes, almost 17 minutes. And that's tough if you're going back to back. Now, if you don't care about score, who cares? But, we care about score.
Well, I don't anymore.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't anymore. My mission mode karma running boxing gloves are long on the wall.
Right. But I'm saying we promote going for higher scores than just going through it and using supplies. And I think there's some videos out there. If you just want to go through it, I mean, to be honest with you can watch JTB's Master Ninja mission mode speedrun. If you're just wanting to go through it.
Funny enough, I do break a couple of karma runs in that record though, like on my own Xbox, which is quite funny. Just because sometimes like if you go through it like no items, no nimpo, and it's super fast, and it's not a potentially like it's not a particularly farm heavy mission. There's a couple of times I think MD5 and the UF clone on the last run, like it popped up new record and I broke 40 million, and I thought, oh, that's cool.
That would be interesting to see what your overall score is. Maybe you can go through and add up your scores and say, hey, this is what I did on a speed run. And I know it'd probably make most people sick. You probably got at least 25 million, right? Maybe?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. On that, it's like I'm not paying attention to the score at all. It's all about the time, Right. So, but I mean, Eternal Legend is like, still pushes like about 9 million. Because when you're playing Eternal Legend in particular, your primary goal is going to be to kill everything extremely quickly. And because in Eternal Legend you have the Hurricane Pack scoring system, your kill bonuses are going to be very high because the multiplier will kick in with all that time left over.
Right. And then you don't have to worry about using supplies either, hurting your score. So
that's the best. That's playing mission mode. Being able to use health honestly feels like cheating. Oh. After playing it for so many years, for karma, getting hit and thinking, I'll just use health. It feels very weird.
So we'll get into more detail when. I don't want to say if, but when I finish.
When you finish Descent of the Fiends 5 and you break the record and you get it on video.
Oh, well, yeah, forget that. Yeah. But we'll talk more about the ins and outs of farming Marbus. We'll talk more about farming Nishay and Ishtaros. But here again, we just wanted to show this is what happens. It's something to keep in mind. Here's the proof. Always keep that in the back of your head. And, I mean, I think that's it. Was there any other thing you wanted to add about going above or below 999?
No, not really. Just keep an eye out for it. That time goes by quicker than you think. It really does. You can. When I first was running mission mode and I was playing Schmorgen, that happened to me on a Schmorgen run on NP5. The time went to 999, and I thought, don't matter. I'll just carry on. I'll get my UTs. And then I thought, I'm not getting points for UTs anymore. That's weird. And then I finished the mission, and like having because that's not an easy mission to karma run anyway, but. Right. Seeing the run pop up with a big fat 0, it hurts. That stings.
I'd tell you, it would have been funny if they would have put like Ninja Dog or something next to it.
Yeah.
And really rubbed it in on you when that 0 comes. Seeing that 0, that really stings. It doesn't kind of sting. It really stings. And the good thing is people don't have to see that now. But back when we first started. Most of us who are going for score in those farming missions got to see that 0 a couple times. So,
what's worse than that? Another funny little story is when you're 12 points off of a record.
Oh,
that hurts too.
That's amazing. Hey, at least you're so close. Just do it again.
Oh no, it was Path of the Master Ninja 3, and I thought I am never playing that mission ever again.
Okay, everyone, we wanted to get this out, a little talk heavy versus video heavy, but got some good examples in there, explained it, I think, pretty good, and always keep that in mind when you're going for those high scores on mission mode, and y'all take care, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.
Take care, everybody.